My parents are pushing me to forgive my cheating ex because he's depressed, so I shamed them and made my final farewell. I was to be married in July. I returned from a work trip 2 months ago to find my ex-fiancé in bed with my BFF's sister. I kicked him out, canceled the wedding, warned him I would get rid of his stuff if he didn't come to get it all, then weeks later dumped it all on the curbside with a free sign, sold or donated or dumped everything he gave me, and pawned the ring. I blocked him everywhere, called the cops on him when he showed up after I gave his stuff away, banging on my door, called them again when he turned up at my workplace and made a scene, and called them on his family when they showed up en masse to plead his case. I didn't go scorched earth on my ex-BFF sister. I did tell her husband I caught her in bed with my ex. Last I heard, she'd been kicked out of the house and was back living with her parents. Ex-BFF tried talking me into giving them both a chance to explain. What? No. Then got angry at me for ruining her sister's relationship and called me petty and cold-hearted. So I kicked her to the curb too. I don't want dishonest people who are blasé about betrayal in my life. This encounter no doubt simmered under my skin until I unleashed on my parents. Maybe that's why it lingered. I was so harsh with them. Last week I met my parents for dinner. I took a date to the restaurant, hoping his presence would ease any discussion about my failed engagement. My parents have been pressuring me to work things out with my ex. He's so sorry. I owe it to him to talk with him. Give him 5 minutes to explain himself. She meant nothing to him. He made a mistake. I'm cruel for shutting him out the way I have. How could I call the police on him? How could I do the same to his family? His parents? They're good people. They didn't deserve to be humiliated in that manner. He's having a rough time. He's depressed. Everybody is worried about him. He loves me, really loves me. He's learned his lesson. It's time to grow up and forgive him. Number my date's presence didn't stop them from bringing it all up again. I lost my cool. Asked my father if he expected me to give my ex a pass every time he sticks his dick into anything that moves, like he does. I asked my mother how turning a blind eye to her husband's infidelity works for her. How does she hold her head up while having lunch with women who have slept around with her husband for years? Is that the kind of man, the life she wants for me and my sister? For her daughters? I asked if they had any idea of knowledge's impact on me and my siblings growing up, knowing that dad was late home from work because he was screwing his secretary, knowing work weekend was code for a dirty weekend with a woman, not her mother. Did they not know why it was that of their 4 children, I am the only one who still talks to them? Do they not question why they were not invited to my brother's wedding? Why have they never met either of my brother's wives and children? Do they think my sister's silence is because she's being dramatic and throwing a tantrum? Really? I stood from the table, congratulated them on the loss of their last remaining child, and told them I hope their arrogance, willful blindness, and misery comforted them to their last breaths. Then I left. My date, I should have saved him for a proper date rather than a FU to my parents, took me to the nearest bar, let me cry on his shoulder while I proceeded to get poop-faced, then made sure I got home safely. The next day, he messaged me to see if I was alive and sent a double cheeseburger, large fries, and a large Sprite over with DoorDash. I didn't block my parents, but I haven't heard from them. It's been a week, and I've calmed down enough to feel regret, not for what I said, but because I could see the looks on their faces when I made my final farewell. I crushed them and hurt them, especially my mother. Despite their faults, and there are many, I love my parents. I don't like knowing I hurt them, and I'm feeling a lot of guilt about it.